Yes, it's recording.
Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Marianne, and you can find me at mama_hooch on Twitter. I'm taking over for Carrie tonight, the Diva of DOOL, and Anna can't also make it. So we have Jen here with us. Hi,
Hey,
Jen.
I'm at REXJDK at Twitter.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about the last week of the show here. So I guess we can start into it. The best thing that I'm kind of liking about it is, I don't know, Xander and Philip. What do you think? Yeah.
Philip's gonna get his.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I know you said you didn't see Friday, but it's come to that.
Okay.
So we had they're keeping this secret, okay, that it's a fake, and Vivian come back into town and she wants her
Yep.
half. And Philip's stalling her, but she wants more than her half. She wants
the whole kit and caboodle.
She wanted because she wasn't thinking of, Xander was going to be in it or whatever. Or they took over Demira, so now she wants all that. So, and she threatens to tell
Xander.
Xander, yeah. And so we're trying to figure out like what's in it for her because, she could get arrested for fraud and thrown back into prison. And she's not going to get any money. So did you see the part where she went in and told Xander? We had her going in and telling Xander. And of course, at first he didn't believe her because he said the same thing. Well, I could have you thrown in jail. And she doesn't seem to care about the money. She just seems like she just wanted to get back at Philip, right?
Definitely.
That's the only thing in it for her.
Yeah.
Right?
That's all I can think of what could be in it for her.
Yeah. Because, so she told Xander, and then we had Xander going back to tell. I think that's how it ended on Friday, a week ago, right? Or was it the other day? Because this, okay, it must have been Thursday. It's going to have Friday. And he's all upset, and Sarah's like, "What happened? What happened?" I don't know. Did you see that part when he came home? You didn't see that. Okay. Well, he's all upset about what Vivian said. So, in the meantime, Philip, after Vivian leaves Xander, she's in the square and she runs into Philip. And he said,
I saw that.
Where were you at? He said, I just came from Xander's. You didn't tell him, did you? Yeah. I told him everything. So he's like really upset. So he runs back to the mansion. So you'll have to see that part. He confronts Xander, and like Sarah's there with a scared look on her face, like, oh. So he apologizes for everything, and I mean, it was like a real heart to telling Xander. At first he wanted it, but he said, I really liked working with you, and I really thought that I should have it, because I was Victor's son, and he would really want me to have it. But Xander's still upset.
Of course.
And he's more or less throwing him out, But he lets Philip say his thing, and Philip was real serious, and it was like a heartfelt thing that he really liked working with him. And even Xander kind of got all kind of, well, yeah. He said, you kind of spoiled it. He says, because I was really enjoying working with him. We were getting things done. We took over to Mira. So then he said about who knew about it. I think he might have said Kate, but he didn't implicate Sarah. He didn't say anything about Sarah. Like he didn't throw Sarah under the bus. But now I cannot remember if he said. I think Stephanie and Alex maybe. I'm not even sure he said them. But it's like he was taking the fall. But I thought, my question: did Vivian know that Sarah knew?
Oh, I don't think so.
That's what I couldn't remember. I don't think so. So I'm thinking, what is it for? But it looks like now, I guess if Vivian leaves town, I guess they can't get her for the fraud. Is she getting out of there before they can? Or I don't even know if Xander is going to press charges against. See, that's kind of where it ended. We don't know exactly what Xander's going to do. And so far he doesn't, know about Sarah. Philip didn't say anything. So that's kind of where we're at with that storyline. But I really like them together. I wish they would let them. I wish Xander can come around.
Yeah.
And like have them work together now that they took over Demira.
Yeah. And
So,
I like Xander and Sarah too.
I do like Xander. Well, I think that's the best pairing with Xander so far.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Or for Sarah too. You know, they've had different ones. So I don't know. You know, eventually it's going to come out.
Oh, definitely.
And Maggie knows. We saw the talk with Maggie? Was that this week? Yeah. And kind of Maggie was in agreement with her too. She sees, because she knows how Xander is.
That's true.
So I'm wondering if Sarah will finally come clean with Xander, like if the guilt will finally get to her.
Maybe.
Maybe she can convince him. I don't know. We'll have to see, because they threw out Melinda too from Demira and Kristen, but they kept Gabby. Wow. I guess that was this week too.
Yep.
Gabby. At first, she was just going to leave and take Gabby Chic. They said, "Oh yeah, you can leave, but we're keeping Gabby Chic." So she said no, so she's staying.
That's good.
So
and Melinda's going to work for her, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Well, then I think she hired Melinda as her lawyer, right? Because now we have JJ accusing her, and she's all
JJ.
Yeah, he's been thinking. Yeah, because he remembers the night he ran into her. She wasn't home, and then he ran into her in a square, and it's like feels that he was lying, and she's all upset that he's even accusing her. And we know that she was at the mansion, but we don't know exactly what happened. So she hires Melinda. So then with Melinda, all of a sudden, Sean and JJ, they got a break in the case where somebody found a gun in the trash bin. And they found, did you see that part? Maybe that was Friday. Did you see that?
I did not see that, but didn't Ava dump a gun in the trash bin?
She did. But when they called Melinda in because the gun was registered to her. So they were going to arrest her as a suspect. So she's explaining to them what she did. Yeah. She gave the gun to Ava. She said that Ava left town. Yeah. But I think she still got in trouble because they said the gun was registered to her, and you should have known better than, give it to somebody was in Bayview. Yes. It was in Bayview. Yeah. So, but I think somehow that if they let her go, I can't remember, but I know Gabby wants her to be her lawyer. Yeah. So at first they thought, Melinda. And so then Sammy, came into town. Did you see the part when Sammy showed up with Roman and Kate?
I thought she was going to go nuts.
Do you know what? She's been like, she's a whole new Sammy.
I know. I was like, wow, she
even said that. Yeah, I thought she'd come in and like wring Kate's neck. Yeah. I mean, and they actually had a civil conversation.
Yeah, two.
Yeah. And she forgave her dad, or she wasn't mad at her dad. I thought for sure she'd be mad at Kate, but no, she more or less was telling Kate, she was more or less talking about Johnny and how she was worried about Johnny. And,
she thinks he might have done it.
Yes. And Kate's thinking, oh, I don't. And Kate's trying to reassure her, I don't think that Johnny would do it. Because then a lot of people think Kate did it.
Does.
Yeah. And we don't know if Roman did it. I don't know. Still trying to figure that out with the gun.
I don't think Roman did it.
Johnny. No. I don't know. So, but yeah, Sammy's been very civil to everybody.
I know, that's kind of scary in itself.
Yeah, and you know how Sammy used to come in screeching? Yep. She had that, just yelling like crazy, but now I guess her therapy's helping. So
we think it is. It might be a ruse.
I don't know, but it looks like she's leaving town. Well, we all know that. Oh, and we had the whole Jada thing. So I guess Ray more or less found out. Jada told him. He was all upset, and then he told her. They decided to talk about it. And she, of course, was upset, and so she left, and she Oh, then Rafe went over to talk to Sean, I think, right?
No, that was before.
That was
Yeah,
before? Okay.
because he saw her blouse there, and he started blaming
Oh,
her.
right. And he assumed that
Yeah.
they were sleeping together again, and it wasn't just the one time.
Yep.
And he stormed out. And then he ran into Sammy. So Sammy came to see him. And then he ends up in bed with
Yep.
Sam. Yeah, okay. Well, no, wait, that was before. Okay. But anyway, he did tell her, and then they talked about it. And then what did they decide to do? They haven't really
Well,
decided.
she got mad because all the crap he dished out to her, and then he did that with Sammy without even making sure she did anything, you know?
Right. Right. So, so I don't know where they are. I think I did see in the previews or something, but she's suggesting that maybe they should end it.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me, but I don't
like
know.
her and Sean.
You like her and Sean? You know, when I see Sammy and Rafe together, I think that was the best pairing right there for Rafe. I don't know with Sammy. I really like Sammy with the first EJ.
I really like
with
Sammy
James
with
Scott.
Lucas, but they had to go in trash that.
Oh, with Lucas, yeah. So, but I kind of liked her. I kind of like her with Rafe.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, she's leaving. But I'm pretty sure she's back for the John Memorial in a couple of months. So I think she'll be back.
Yeah. And she'll probably be pregnant.
Oh God. Do you think? I don't know. You know, Rafe doesn't have any kids. They never gave Rafe any kids. So I don't know. Guess we'll have to see on that. Oh, and speaking of pregnant, do we have anything with? We didn't really have anything with Sophia and Tate this week. No, I think we are getting something coming up next week in the previews. I think we'll have to talk about. But then, so we talked about Sammy and Rafe and Jada, Gabby and JJ. Okay. Was there Stephanie and Alex?
Yeah.
I don't know, not much. They were just mainly talking about telling the secret, right?
Everything's about the secret.
Yeah.
That everybody knows.
Yeah. And of course the thing with Vivian, okay, and it gets spill off. It's nice. Vivian, she wasn't back long. Oh, the confrontation with Vivian and Maggie. Oh, yeah. Did you see that? Get that vampire out of my house. Yeah. So she couldn't understand why she was there, and that's when I think that's when Sarah told her what happened. But yeah, and it did show Vivian talking to. She was on the phone with Yvonne. Wow. Oh, and then Gabby came in. She was talking to Gabby. Yeah. Oh, and about Stefan. There was a mention of Stefan. Okay. Yeah, like she said about like keeping my son away. You know, I'm glad he left you. You know, she didn't give an indication that she. Yeah, she just told Yvonne over the phone. Now I can get back to my son. I'm going back to my son, but she really didn't say anything. Yeah. Does she still have him drugged? Probably. Because you would think, yeah, she must. Does she still have him captive somewhere? Yeah, drugged and she won't let him go. Yeah. So whether he'll ever come back or not, I don't know. But so they had something there. Trying to think. I don't think it was Chad. Anything with Chad and Kat?
Unless they were the other week, Friday. No,
they weren't Friday. No, I think the last we heard they were planning the
bizarre
fundraiser. Yeah. Oh, we did have the search for John. Yeah. Okay, so we could talk about that. So Marlena and Steve, they found Orpheus?
Well, they found him last week.
Last week. Now, wasn't it my understanding that he got away from?
They got him again.
Oh, but they did get him, right? Did we see that off camera?
No, he got away from Andrew, and then Paul shot him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Marlena, he got Marlena, then Marlena got him, then he got away. Okay. So they have him in the thing. And so he makes a deal with Marlena that if she could get his son, I guess, which was Evan, which is Christian, to see his son, be able to see his son, he would tell them what Rosebud meant. And here he tells them it's this on Native American land, a border, and they're running guns. Well, here they find out that I guess they didn't really believe him. Kate, I mean Marlena and Steve. So they go back and tell him, we don't believe that this is it, and he sends a note to Marlena, puts it in her little purse. Come alone, and he comes back. She comes back, and that's when Steve follows her and says that they don't believe him and he was lying. But he's screaming after her, saying, you have to come back. I know where John is, or you're going to be sorry. So I'm wondering if Marlena's going to have this guilt trip because she didn't. John ends up dead, and she didn't listen to Orpheus.
But who in the right mind would listen to Orpheus?
Would listen, right? But I'm thinking that, and for one time, Orpheus was telling the truth. Yeah. So we still got. I think we still got a while yet before I don't know how long they're going to drag this out till we find out about John and exactly what happened.
Well, I think the people are back in June for the funeral, so it must be.
Yeah, so we got another whole month yet of shows. So it'll probably just still take long for them they'll still be running around trying to figure it out, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. So then we had Kayla, not much with Kayla.
No.
Just talking to Stephanie.
And talking to Steve on the phone.
Yeah. So EJ is still
comatose.
I guess he's still in the coma. Sammy Sammy really didn't talk to him. Now that talk with Johnny was last week. I think we do see in the previews that Chanel comes to Johnny. I saw in that they can now adopt Tate and Sophia, and Sophia looks like really pregnant.
Oh wow!
So they must have jumped ahead.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They made her all of a sudden now showing, So we see that, and then we see. Then they show previews of the fundraiser.
Oh, cool.
Xander's taking his shirt off.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might have like a dunking. Or what's supposed to have a dunking booth? Oh, and then they were giving out for the bachelors or whatever.
Oh boy.
And Gabby's mad at. I don't know if JJ's in there, but she's putting all her money on Alex.
Oh God.
She's bidding Alex. I think she's outbidding Stephanie or something. I don't know. So, and then it just shows Kat and Chad looks like they're getting closer. Yeah. So I don't know. Didn't really look that exciting. So I don't know. I hope these new writers are.
Yeah, I hope they're good.
I don't know. It might. It might take a while maybe to transition into the writing.
Yeah. We're so used to Ron's writing.
Yes. I know. Yeah. So I don't know how these two women are going to be. I hope they're going to be better.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Trying to think. So we're still. I don't know how long this Who Shot EJ is going to go too. They've kind of explored everybody. They let Kristen go. Oh, that's another thing we have to. They tested the bullet and they said it's not the same.
Not from
it's similar, gun. But it's not the same. Yeah, not the gun. And all they said was, well, she could have just used another gun.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, which is true. So she for now is off the hook, and now they're looking at Gabby. And then we have Rafe. Rafe was trying. He did. I said, when are we going to see him look at that? Yeah. He's had that thing. And every time he kept trying, I think everybody kept interrupting him. I think Sammy came in. Gabby came in. I don't know. I think
Javi?
Leo and Javi and Leo were there. I don't know anything new with them.
No, just
I don't know what they would do.
like Leo and Sammy had a convo.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, she's not. Oh, and he was afraid of
Oh, yeah.
Sammy. He was afraid. Yeah, the whole thing with Will and
Yeah.
everything, what he did to Will and Sonny. And they kind of went over that. Oh, she was warned in Harvard. She was telling him about that
Yeah.
history and all that. Although I think he already knew,
Yep.
right?
He knew everything.
He told him. I think he knew
Yeah.
everything. But she was calm with him. She was
I
calm with
know.
everybody you thought she was gonna like freak out on. So yeah, she was. And then do we have oh, she talked to Gabby. She saw Gabby. I guess her and Gabby get along all right, I guess.
It was
I guess
kind of a little cold though.
yeah, a little bit, oh, they talked about Ariana.
Yep.
But coming, she's supposed to come and supposed to come to. She says, "Oh, she should come and see me. I'd like her to come over to Italy and see."
Yeah.
Yeah. She says, "Well, she's coming here for the summer, and I don't know if you saw, but there's a new actress. She is coming."
They so asked her.
Yes, she's like, whoa. She looks like she could be Gabby's sister and not her daughter. I think they probably have her up there even older than Holly, probably, and Tate. I think she's like in her early 20s, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if she's going to be the teen. She should be the teen scene, I guess.
But what teen scene do we really have?
They're really not teen. Well, they're supposed to be, what, 18?
Yeah. I wouldn't call that a teen scene, though.
No, not younger, I guess. Yeah, because they're really supposed to be in their last year of high school. They're supposed to be graduating and then going to college. So yeah, and then we got a new Rachel coming up, but we saw a picture of her in the new scenes coming up, and she doesn't look like she's any older. It's a different actress. Oh, okay. We thought maybe they were going to make her like maybe a teenager, but she's still about, what is she, like 10? Yeah. In the show now, about 10. So, but it's a new actress, but she looks like the same age. And I think she's coming on next week. Oh. So maybe now we'll have to see if she's as feisty as how she is, because that other actress was really good.
I'm thinking maybe she got another job.
I'm thinking it might have been her choice. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, because they'd be kind of crazy to let her go for somewhere. Yeah. So let's see. I'm trying to think what else everybody was talking about. Can you think of anything else?
Just I know shot EJ.
That's mainly what we're going down through the suspects now. I think each week is somebody comes in, because they went over Kate. Yep. Went over Roman. Did they talk about Lucas at all? Kate? No. Oh, they were talking about the sons, like who was the favorite. Oh, when Rex and Kate were talking, that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was last week. So.
He was the last to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they always said they thought Philip was her favorite, and I always thought Lucas was her favorite. It seemed like,
though,
because we were talking before.
He was expecting more from Lucas than any of the other ones.
Oh yeah, well, he's the only one that she raised.
Well, Philip.
Oh, Philip too, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, and then Vivian, because she carried him.
Yeah.
Those two are funny together too, Philip and Vivian, when they talk like that. That's good. And everybody's talking to how they talk to Stefano while they talk to Victor too. And then Sarah was saying about, what should I do, or should I tell him? And she was talking to him and thought, oh, Xander's going to come. I thought for sure
he was going to come.
Xander was going to walk in while she was confessing to Victor what she did. Yeah. But it didn't happen. I thought for sure that's how she's going to get caught, because they usually do get caught where they're
talking to a picture or something.
Something, yeah, or to themselves, yeah. So, I don't know. Anything else? Did you hear any other rumors or spoilers?
I haven't heard any spoilers.
No? Trying to think. see how it'll go next week or with the new
Yeah.
writers. And I'm looking forward to whenever Tony and Anna
Oh,
come back,
definitely,
which
yes.
that's not till June.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that might have I don't know if the EJ thing will be maybe they get word about EJ getting
Could
shot,
be.
but that's going to still be a long
Yeah.
time before they get back. I'm sure they're off on a cruise
Oh, yeah.
somewhere till they come back.
We're visiting
So
Carrie in
they won't
Austin.
know. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how Demira will be, if Titan will still be in charge,
Yeah.
or what'll happen when.
Just give the mirror to Tony and Titan to
Yes, that's what they
Justin.
should do. Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. We
Yeah,
haven't seen
where is
Justin
Justin?
or Bonnie.
Or
Yeah.
Abe?
No, Abe hasn't been on either. No. Oh, that's right. With Pauline. Paulina?
Paulina was on.
Yeah, she was on. Made me talking about Chanel, and I guess they kind of try to make it seem like she might be a suspect.
Yeah, but she swears no.
Yeah, or something. Did she go to talk to EJ, or was she over there? I don't forget. They even kind of made Chanel seem like she could be a suspect too. But it seemed like those two were there talking together when EJ got shot.
I think so,
if I remember, that's how it happened. And it's making Gabby and Kristen look guilty. Actually, it looks like Gabby's seems like the guiltiest one. Well, maybe Kristen too. But so I'm curious to see what Rafe's going to find on there and what he's going to do about it. You would think, I don't know the way the camera is, whoever came in, they'd either be able to hear or see. I don't know if it's just an audio or if he can actually see who it is or hear who it is. I don't know. So then you would think it should be over soon.
Hopefully.
If he ever gets a chance to look at that.
If ever.
So he'll probably, he was talking to Sammy, and that's till he gets back to it again. Who knows? Maybe he'll put it away somewhere.
It's like the Who Shot JR.
It's that's how it is. The Who Shot JR.
People had to wait like 6 months.
Yeah, probably because we had to wait a whole season. The whole next year.
Yeah, and then there was an actor strike or a writer strike.
Was okay. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, should be interesting. So because they'll be having a lot of people come back for John's memorial.
Hey, you know what? Kristen did shoot JR.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. They might get back to Kristen. Yeah. They just might. My top two were Kristen and Johnny, but it'd be a nice twist if it was Johnny. I don't know.
No, but did you hear what I said? It was Kristen who shot JR.
Yeah, so it could be Kristen that shot EJ. Yeah, that's great. I think, you know what? You might be right. Yeah. And at the time, I don't think I even suspected it was Kristen, the JR Kristen, his sister. That was Sue Ellen's sister, right? Yeah. I was probably thinking Sue Ellen. Well, there was just like EJ. There was so everybody.
Many people wanted to kill him, even his parents.
Yeah.
Even Lucy.
Yeah. So that's the same thing in Salem. That's what everyone says. Well, who wouldn't want to shoot him? Almost everybody. Yeah. Oh, there is a preview that Susan's back.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Did you say she comes to see EJ? Yeah. So we get Susan. So I don't know. Maybe Susan will get to the bottom of it. Maybe Susan did it. Maybe Susan had enough of you, EJ. Yeah.
Time.
So I don't know, and then I don't know. Then we'll get. I don't know if Rachel Blake will be back. Because we still don't know where she's at. Maybe it was her. Maybe she got away and came back as revenge or something.
Well, could be Rachel too.
Yeah. Well, true. You would think a lot of times it's somebody that you never thought of. Because some of them are too obvious.
That's true.
So you think, it's somebody that they haven't really shown or even discussed. So I don't know.
I don't think it's Ava, though, because where's the fallout? She's already gone, you know?
She's gone. So that it's dumb for it to be.
Yeah.
And how are they going to get her
That's
back?
true.
Yeah, I don't know. Was she in Hong Kong? I don't know. They can extradite her here or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's Ava. No. I don't know. I really don't think it's Gabby. It's too obvious.
Could be Rafe.
Could be Rafe. And I thought another reason maybe why that he went to get it is so nobody found it to implicate him. I don't know. But why would he do that knowing that was there? So that's another thing. Or Jada.
Could be.
Could be Jada. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they'll try to get Jada and Sean back together.
I like them.
Yeah. I do too. I think I like them. I don't like Jada and Rafe. I don't see any chemistry there.
And I'm done with Sean and Belle. Pick a fork in it.
I did kind of like Sean. I did kind of like EJ and Belle. The first time even.
I'd like to see EJ and Kat maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't see any chemistry between Kat and Chad
either. Yeah, he's gone.
He's going to be gone too anyway. I'm wondering if there's talk about them recasting him.
Okay.
Yeah. But that'd be hard to recast. I mean, he's just been Chad for so long, but not as long as, like, you know, you can't replace a Stefano, you can't replace a Victor, you know, those guys.
And as much as I have issues with John, you can't replace him.
Yeah. It's John. No, or even Sammy or Tony. You know, just they've been that character for so long.
It's like when they tried to replace Carrie, it did not work.
Yeah. Yeah, and usually they come back to her. Christy Clark, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, Yeah, Bo. Yeah, I think Bo and Hope are both. Isn't Peter Reckle supposed to come back?
Yeah, when?
Are they coming for John's funerals? When I would think, but he's still technically supposed to be in a coma.
Yeah,
I guess
we need to wake him up.
We still haven't heard that he's better. Yeah. So, all right. I don't know. I can't think of
anything else.
Anything else? Did we cover everything? Anything you can remember?
Not that I remember.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what was in the spoilers or anything going on. Well, that's probably it, I guess. So I guess we have. I guess we have Passover going on and Easter, so everybody's celebrating. So everybody have a nice Easter. Mine's put off till my baby comes, so we'll see when that happens. So we're
just have a great reason to celebrate.
Oh yeah. So, all right. Okay. Now I have to figure how to sign off of here. I guess. Oh, I just hit leave, I guess, and then it has to download, I guess. So Carrie can take a look at it, and hopefully it all went.
Hopefully.
So we discussed this week, so hopefully we'll be back next week.
Definitely.
All right. Okay.
All
right. I'm gonna hit leave or hit for you. End session.